With the drivers currently lining up on the grid, it's almost time to begin today's race event here. We're on the winding streets of Baku. Baku City Circuit then, an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Invictus Racing League. This is the PlayStation F2 division, of course, because it's Tuesday night, and this is Webbo. I'm here. I'm sorry, we're just getting a late notification that someone is trying to join, despite everyone in attendance is supposed to be here. Yeah, my name is Webbo. I'm here to take you through the F2 division tonight, as usual. Unfortunately, Lightning had a last-minute issue and couldn't make it, but I believe he's here in the chat to keep us on our toes and make sure he can help out wherever possible via text chat. And there is your pole position. Oven Beloff in the Alpha Tauri, a 1:39.318, and Ginger Tiger comes in second place, quarter of a second away, in fact, in the end, just a 10th back, Office Red, and then Keza, Tirach, Kuipers. We've got Smoke in 7th, Cool in 8th, Simon Palmer racing ill tonight in P9, and Nitrogash, our former championship leader, in 10th. Then Joe Hamster, session host, in 11th, Eric Pancakes and Rusman. Those three will start on free choice of tyres, but Smoke managed to get a P7 on mediums, so he'll be in a good place to finish this one. And yeah, the guy's saying that Ginger already finished the lap. It was his AI. Fair enough. Thanks for that. Getting excited towards the end there. But yeah, just to say, while we're between sessions, make sure you like the video for us today. 6 of you have done so far. We're trying to beat the like record, which so far I believe is 13. So try and beat that for us if you can tonight, please, especially if you're watching back. And yeah, there's your dry weather. There's your mixture of architecture here at the Baku city, and we will have our traditional pause here to make sure everybody has plenty of time to get their strategy together. Keza saying he crashed in the castle section and was about 5 or 6 tenths up, and he's not happy about it. Well, you've got plenty of laps to nail it this time, Keza, so hopefully that's what you can. That's what you'll do. No outstanding points for quali. It's all about the race. So let's come back strong. Let's see what we can do. Let's have some predictions in the chat, if you will. Who is going to take this one? Who do you? Wait, let me hear your podium, and I'm going to ask Rents to stick with just 3 cars for his predicted podium today. He chose 5 last night, so an expanded podium to normal. I'm sure Burmeister will tell me he thinks Kuipers is going to win. Rents says he thinks the field will be very aggressive. Okay, well, hopefully they'll prove us wrong and survive this race. I would rather not be commentating the second half of the race with only 8 or so drivers. Rent says he might not predict a winner, but the safest one would be Ivan. Well, he's certainly not got trouble in front of him to worry about. He won't run into anyone else's crash, at least, will he? So, getting ready for our race. If you're not doing so already, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. You follow us on Twitter. I think the links are at the top of the live chat, but at Invictus RL and at WebORed5, which you'll find is my username everywhere: Discord, YouTube, and Twitter. The countdown begins, and we're almost underway then for our 5th race in the championship. Nobody else is going to lend us, going to speculate on a prediction here. You've only got during the formation lap to get your predictions in. And the drivers will lead us off. Ivan Beloff will have the outside and cleaner side of the grid to start this race. Much better angle on the way into turn 1. Ginger Tiger behind. Or alongside, I suppose. Office Red directly behind Ivan, with Keza there, who thinks he can go half a second faster. So we'll see during qualifying. We've got Tirac in 5th, highest placed Ferrari. Then Kuipers, the pole sitter's teammate, in 6th. This will be a day to settle down and get hold of some good points. If you can keep the car running, you can avoid critical damage. I'm not sure anyone will avoid any damage whatsoever, but avoid critical race pace affecting damage. You'll pick up good points today, I'm fairly sure. I will be surprised if we get more than 8 finishes, in all honesty, with 14 starters. That'll be my prediction, and I'm going to go for, I think, 3 safety cars. What about you guys? Ivan says Ivan to win, which is great. Finally we get a proper prediction. Luke says Smoke, Ivan, Ginger Tiger. So a bit of a topsy-turvy grid finishing line. Predicted there from Luke. He does the standings, so he could always just adjust the standings to suit his prediction as well. 50 comments already, guys. That's awesome for F2 at this stage. Brilliant stuff. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and convert that into a like as well if you can. Hard tyres, yeah, for Eric Pancake is very important to note. Rusman on mediums. I'm surprised to see Joe and Ben Roberts start on softs, but I do think Smoke will be in a good place here with the medium tyres. Nice flexible tyre flexible on strategy. Of course, they're probably all about as flexible as each other physically. But they're on the way to the grid and will be underway very soon. Ivan says 5 safety cars. Any advance on 5, folks? I'm not sure we can actually have more than 5, can we? So anyone think more than 5? You've got a 3 from me. Predictions Championship in operation, of course. And the drivers are lined up and ready to go. I'd like to keep this camera angle if possible. I'm sure I won't be able to, but I'll do our best for you. So 26 laps of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here in Invictus Racing League's F2 division, brought to you by Nailcut Hall, GT Omega, gridfinder.com and Driver 61. And it's lights out, and away we go with Ivan Beloff. Nice even start with Ginger Tiger on the inside, but coming down the inside of the second row comes the other AlphaTauri of Kuipers, but I'm getting confused because Keza and Joe Hamster came together. Looks like Keza and Joe Hamster spun around. I'm surprised we haven't had a VSC enacted because of all that drama, but closing up towards turn 3 comes Ben Roberts on the comeback from the back of the grid up to 8th already. He's got almost half the job done that he needs to do tonight, and Rusman very close here to the back of Cool 132 as well. Super close. There's not many places to get by though at this section of the track. So Ivan Beloff leading away, Ginger Tiger safe, Office Red likewise, but it was the group behind that were in such trouble. Smoke couldn't have wished for a better set of opportunities there, as Eric Pancake's now going backwards very quickly. I wonder, has he got damage? Well, he certainly will if he does that to the front right of the car. No visible damage, but I think there is some pretty severe issues. He can't get the car turned in at all. So problems for Eric Pancakes, problems for both Red Bulls, and I think we've said there already this season here in F2. And now Smoke with a 4/10 gap to the back of Office Red, and on the best tyres is in a great place so far as the cars struggle through the final braking zone of the track to finish off lap 1. The gaps have already opened up quite dramatically. Nitrogash is the lead of this group from P9 onwards, but it doesn't look like Smoke is going to get any closer to the group in front. on this current lap. Let's go and have a look at this battle for 9th place. Nitrogash seems to be shaping as if he's coming into the pits. Is he already? I'd love to get a good camera angle, and I apologise that I can't. Tirak and Nitrogash coming in, Eric Pancakes as well, Keza too, and Joe Hamster. We've got pit stops for the bottom 5 drivers already on the end of lap 1. Presumably this is all forms of damage. Yeah, Joe with a missing front wing, having to stack behind a front wing change on his teammate. Absolute nightmare for Joe Hamster, especially the lack of any safety cars on track for them. Let's see what Smoke can do while those guys all organise themselves in the pits. But Eric Pancakes and Joe Hamster locked down below. Keza having has now put hard tyres on. So we had one driver with hards, which was Mr. Pancakes, and now we've got one driver on hards, Keza. They've all changed around. We did find yesterday that the early laps in the race, we were surprised not to see more safety cars. So I wonder if there's been an algorithm tweak, especially around Azerbaijan, where it's going to happen more and more. Smoke is absolutely ragging that Ferrari. He doesn't need to treat these mediums as carefully as the drivers behind need to treat their softs, and the drivers in front too. And looks like Rusman is closing on Cool 132 as well there. So the medium tyres, absolutely the tyre to be on right now. Smoke trying not to run into the back of Cool 132, but he needs to stay tight to the back here because he won't get DRS. Possibly dipped out of the slipstream a tiny amount too soon. I think he's going to get this done. And then coming up behind comes Ben Roberts, overtaking Rusman with a better traction out of the final corner. He's waiting to turn in, but Cool 132 is waiting on the apex. Back towards him comes Rusman. Ben gets the car into turn 2, and wow, Cool 132 just oversteering round there. Ben gives a little bit of a swiping motion just to express himself on the racetrack to his fellow drivers. And up front it's Ivan Belov, 1 second ahead of Ginger Tiger, who is 1 second ahead of Smoke, who is 1 second ahead of Office Red. And then it's much tighter here in the battle for 5th place. Ben, Cool, Rusman, 3-way battle at the moment. And we've also got some close racing right at the back of the grid with the drivers who were forced to pit for damage after that first lap. Appreciate it. Appreciate the mention there from Jacob. That's very kind. Good to have you in the chat as well. So Ivan and Ginger Tiger leading away at the start of this race, but it's all really about Smoke so far, and the story of the bottom 5 drivers all dropping back due to problems on that first lap. There you can see just how difficult it is to get the car out of turn 15 safely, lap after lap. Ginger Tiger has retired from the session. Ginger Tiger is out, and there he is. One DNF claimed from the final corner. Possible oversteer moment, or did he clatter the wall, I wonder. Into the pits come the Office Red and Ben Roberts, already thinking that it's a cheap pit stop, but it's a full safety car now. Full safety car. And this is not great for Ivan Belov and Smoke up there at the top. Looks like both Office Red and Ben Roberts read that situation really well. They're in the pits at the moment. I think that they will get out. They will get out before Nitrogash catches them. So they will get 3 pit stops. The top 4 will have to run the whole lap at the safety car Delta, and then pit if they want to. So big moment there. Safety car number 1 in operation. Oh, they'll be okay actually, won't they? They'll get all the way around. I saw the safety car waiting on the exit of turn 2, and I thought they were going to form up already, but they will get around, so they'll get a cheaper pit stop, but it won't be entirely free for these guys. Let's see. Ivan Belov just threading the needle through the castle section, opened his gap out to 1.9 seconds. I think we will hopefully get to hear from Ginger Tiger. It looks like he's making his way to the comms box. Ginger, if you can hear me and you've checked your broadcast audio setting is set to share, hopefully we can have a quick line from you on what happened, what went wrong. Come in, Ginger Tiger. Can't hear you yet, mate. Say something when you do come in. But great to hear from him if he does come in. No, he's left again. So hopefully he's gone to find a microphone and he'll be with us very soon. Into the pits then comes Ivan Belov. So getting rid of those soft tyres, and Smoke goes on past. Yeah, Ginger, looks like we've just got hold of you now. You've sort of been playing in the hokey cokey with the party, but you're in at the moment, and can you let us know what happened? We didn't catch you on stream.
I was just trying to keep him his DRS and just put a bit of ERS on through the S's and just lost the front end completely. It all went.
Shocking stuff. I bet that was a bit of a Code Brown moment in the cockpit there.
Yeah, definitely. I was just a bit gutted really. Should have been on pole. Didn't get my third quali lap in, and yeah, had the pace today. Just I'll watch the rest of the race and see how it goes.
Yeah, it wasn't to be, unfortunately, but at least you're spared. You're spared the vision assault that this track can give you with the barriers for the whole of the race. But yeah, difficult one. Hopefully you can come back strong next time.
Yeah, I'm sure I won't be in the lead of the championship next time, but we'll fight back and see what happens.
Well, maybe we can talk happier thoughts about how was your race last night representing Invictus?
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it. Once again, had a terrible quali. I reckon there could have been around 10, 11 or 12. But I worked my way up from 18th to 9th. So it was, I was quite happy. It was really good fun. Excellent.
I'm pleased. I think you were the highest placed IRL driver, right?
Yeah. I think
Nice.
Luke had damage on turn 1, and then Simon had damage coming out of the pits. So fortunately, and Nitro and myself worked between us to get the other guy in the Alpine.
Excellent. Good to hear some good teamwork going on as well. Well, feel free to stick around if you're watching, or you want to just dip in and out if you see something, or if you want to go and scream into a pillow. We also understand that, but great to hear from you, and thanks for stopping by. It's very sporting.
Thanks, Webbo. I'm going to scream into a pillow, and I might drop in later.
Well, the invitation's open. Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, mate. Thanks. Ta-ra.
Well, great to hear from Ginger there. And Luke says Luke's praising him. So I'm afraid, Luke, I didn't get there just in time to mention what you'd said, but obviously the boys had a good time last night in the gridfinder.com race, which was very rudely booked to overlap our race last night in F1. But yeah, good to hear from the driver, and I'd love to have that more of a normal thing if we can arrange it for the drivers. Yella is currently working, he says, so he's managing to do a one-handed job with his injury. Our drivers are not doing well in this season so far, are they? We've had a lot of injuries and illnesses, and in the commentary box as well. But yeah, Yella injured his hand, managed to drive to second place last night, but he's working. He's doing a one-handed job that also involves being able to watch YouTube. So very cool. I'm sure your workmates love you at the moment, Yella. Safety car. Hopefully we'll be on his way back in shortly. We've had 6 of our 26 laps. Everybody has pitted off the soft tyres. We've also had a second stop there, I think, from Keza to put the mediums on, and they should run to the end actually from here, but the problems will start for Smoke and Rusman much sooner than they do. They still have to stop, so they'll be hoping to stretch the field out again or get another safety car much later in the race. If another one comes now, I fear they'd probably have to go with those hard tyres that do not work well around here. So Smoke choosing the medium tyres from the off, so did Rusman, have avoided trouble so far and are at the head of this race, but really your de facto leader, having not stopped. Ivan Belov still running P3 with Cool 132, Ben Roberts, Office Red, Kuipers, Simon Palmer, Nitrogash and Tirach, and then Eric Pancakes, Joe Hamster and Keza further back at this early stage. Just waiting for that safety car to come in, but he's decided he wants to keep running, I'm afraid. Yella says he's looking forward to next week in Abu Dhabi, which is good. Rents is holding the faith with Smoke. He says he's fine. Rusman didn't have the pace on him. So, is anyone changing their predictions, I wonder? Bermeister says Keza's comeback is real after in spin in turn 1. So he's doing what you did last night, Burmeister. He's lulling everybody into a false sense of security to pounce late in the race. Unfortunately, you didn't quite manage the second half of that yesterday, despite Abby cheering you on and your fan club all holding the faith. Rusman then up 11 places so far, and Ben Roberts really the standout because he has also pitted. Ben Roberts up 9 places, had a great start, kept out of trouble, and really launched it. Opposite fortunes though for Keza, down 9, and Joe Hamster down 1, Tirach down 5, Office Red down 3 currently, but should gain 2 of those back with the pit stops from Smoke and Rusman if all goes to his plan. And there you see 3 stops in fact for Keza. I'd only picked up 2 of them, but 3 stops for Keza. So hopefully Bernd Mailander has had enough limelight for now and will be back under green flag conditions. Yella's currently name dropping the drivers he has raced before. Was that F2 last year, Yella, or is it just elsewhere? 69th comment then goes to Burmeister. It's just still reviewing yesterday's race. What could have been? What could have been? Yella says nice to see these guys in F2. Great, and great for you to support them as well. We're waiting then for Smoke to press the loud pedal and get us underway. Hopefully he'll just press it the once emphatically, and yes he does. Here he goes then, away to try and break the toe from Rusman. He's weaving to the left, he's weaving to the right. I think he will have sufficient gap here. In fact, Ivan Belov is still warming the tyres, would you believe. Shapes to the inside just to head off Cool 132's advances, but almost everyone making it through as Tirach suddenly retires from the race, almost invisibly. I think he went into the pits and retired, so looks like maybe he had some sort of change of plan or domestic situation that left him in there. Oh, contact, massive contact between Cool 132 and the back of our pole sitter Ivan Belov, who I think has now almost certainly got at least diffuser damage. Has he? Let's wait and see as Ben Roberts catches him. Well, there must be parts missing off the car. Same for Office Red, who slammed into the back of perhaps the early braking Ivan Belov. He's very slow away from the corners. I think he's suffering a lack of rear downforce. So did he brake early? Did Office Red forget to brake on time? Here comes Ben Roberts trying to get the inside, can't quite get it done yet. Ben, just be patient, you'll get him. You're only going to cause an accident trying to get past in these unconventional places. I'm sure he knows you're faster than him as well. But let's see as we head out of the corner. It will tell as they go through these 2 corners whether he's got good grip. Does seem to have picked things back up again, so maybe it's looking better. Ben Roberts wants to avoid going to the inside here in case Ivan Belov's on his way in the pits. No DRS yet. Ivan Belov stays out. He's going to try and live with this damage situation if indeed he's got it. Ivan Belov braking in the middle of the track. Ben Roberts with good exit, tries the cheeky move, makes contact, the old bump and run from Ben Roberts. Now that's frowned upon, and you might find yourself in picking up Stewart's report there. I think Stewart might even be watching live. So, oh Ben, that's all kinds of wrong. The narrow line into turn 3 often doesn't work. In fact, the outside line is sometimes preferable. Ben with a little bit of impatience maybe, just not holding on to that position he was trying to get. I felt he was impatient from almost a lap ago with that situation with Ivan Belov, and now Office Red is catching him again. In fact, he almost touched the rear of him again. So Ivan Belov being battered from behind several times. I think he might have just kissed the castle as well. I think Ivan is really struggling, and this could really play into Smoke's hands, who has already put a 1.2 second gap on second and a an additional 2.8 seconds. Yella is off. Good luck for tomorrow's race. I hope you don't mind us focusing on this one though. I'm sure you don't. And here comes Office Red then. Will they get that DRS finally now or not? I think they should. And Office Red will be the first one to make use of it down the next straight after this one, after turn 2. There we go, finally. A notification. Ivan is using that middle of the track again. He knows that Office Red is just slightly too far away, but exit out of turn 2 was where Ben got a great run earlier on. Sorry, exit out of turn 1 was where Ben got the great run. And Ivan getting away here. I think that was a sure sign of some ERS being deployed. Office didn't use his ERS to quite the same extent. But I think that this is going to run and run this battle, as Ivan is almost certainly limping along with damage to the car. He's got a long night ahead of him. Another 16 laps. It's going to make for a very, very interesting racing. Tirak, I'm not quite sure what the issue was, but he says he's trying really hard not to get in anyone's way. He's not complaining. I'm not quite sure what Tirak is talking about. Hopefully he can further clarify a little bit. But yeah, unfortunately, we won't be talking to him in the podium interviews tonight. Office Red then is got a 3/4 of a second gap to the car in front of Ivan Belov, and I think will open the DRS shortly and have a good run. It's struggling through those final 2 corners, that little quick chicane. There goes the DRS. It's a long way back though. I don't think he's going to make it. Possibly Kuipers will be on the back of Office soon as well. Simon Palmer, I'm sure, is discovering the joys of adrenaline for a painkiller right now, because I imagine he's fully focused on the race and enjoying racing, taking his mind off the virus. But yeah, doing well up in P6, which is great to see. I'm sure any neutral in the chat is cheering on Simon. Lap 11 already. Smoke leads from Rusman. Ivan Belov and Office Red just 6/10 behind. Then Kuipers, Simon Palmer we ride with. Nitrogash, Joe Hamster back up to P8 with Ben Roberts in 9th, Keza in 10th, then Pancakes and Cool 132. Your 12 drivers remaining in this race. Yeah, you're right, Rents. He says this is like Ricciardo with less power in Monaco. This does look like a 16 lap drive in his mirrors for Ivan Belov. Managing on ERS at the moment. Let's have a quick cheeky look at telemetry, shall we? Yeah, he's managing the ERS pretty well, you have to say, but needs to stop that dropping too low. Big amount of apex curve from the Mercedes of Simon Palmer on that one. Maybe it's just his natural line, but it's a risky way to drive a full race distance. That's fine for time trial, but a race distance, dropping that wheel onto the curb. Ben Roberts has retired from the session. Ben Roberts out in turn 15, turn 16 even. Let's see if we can see the car from Cool's perspective. We can, and if that car can't get cleared quickly of Ben Roberts, we'll be on for another safety car, I fear. No, it has been cleared, thankfully. The marshal's wise to it. There must be a crane nearby there, and he's left the session. 007 is out, and now we're down to 11. So how many more retirements are we likely to see, folks? I did say I'd be surprised if we have more than 8 finishes. Just the one safety car so far. No real change here for 3rd, 4th and 5th, but it is now a 4-way battle. Simon Palmer is starting to catch, and I think Nitrogash and Joe Hamster all catching the Beloff train. Seriously, guys, great stuff on the comments so far. That's 77 comments already. Ben says, don't know how that happened. Well, if you feel like you can talk, Ben, then welcome to the commentary box. You can come and have a chat with us, keep us updated, especially let us know what went down with Ivan Beloff and the apparent damage to the back of his car. But if not, then we understand. It's a frustrating game. Hopefully he'll give us an update. Rents is keen to hear from him as well. Ivan Beloff now catching Rusman. How about this? With a great DRS run, Ivan Beloff has unlocked some pace in that car. He's learnt to drive around the problem. Brilliant stuff from Ivan Beloff, taking 2nd place again. And we've just got the 1 penalty to pay on the board so far as well. Just a 3-second penalty for Joe Hamster. So, great work there. Ivan Beloff doing brilliantly. Possibly a sign that Rusman's tyres are starting to go. Yeah, there we go. We've got Kuipers and Office Red. Kuipers has just overtaken Office Red there into turn, well, just approaching turn 3. I think he got it done before then. Rusman turns around. There's more tyre issues, and in fact, he's completely out of the race. Looks like one of those awful, heart-stopping, slow moves into the barrier that knocks a corner off the car. Let's see from Eric Pancake's perspective. Oh, we still can't see the front of the car, but another retirement. We're down to 10 runners. 10 runners in the race. 12 laps is an early point for me to see the tyres go off for the mediums. But maybe Rusman was pushing very hard. Now this is perfect for Smoke. Smoke could end up getting a completely free pit stop here. I feel certain he will lose some positions, but he will have soft tyres to finish this race. 13 laps. Oh, it's on the outer edge, isn't it, of the ability to keep the tyres going. Rents calling out Kuipers for a good race. Absolutely. Up to 3rd now. Great result on the cards for AlphaTauri if all things go to plan, but that's a big if, and as Murray Walker used to say, if is Formula 1 spelt backwards. Drive-through penalty for Kuipers just as we call out. He's gone too fast under the safety car, and that's a drive-through. That's a ruined race. Ivan Beloff coming in. Is he coming in for softs as well? Maybe, or a new set of mediums. Office Red in. Why would Kuipers stay out? I mean, I suppose he's got to serve his drive-through. He can't do that under these conditions. No real reason why Keza would pit, is there? Unless he just hates these hard tyres. So everyone restarting. Ivan on softs. Smoke's gone for hards. Hard tyres for 12 laps. That's a very unusual decision there. I suppose it was a choice between softs and hards, and the softs may well not have made it work. But Smoke is going to have some difficulties on hard tyres, honestly. Ivan Beloff's put new softs on, and everyone else has gone for new mediums. Kuipers has hung out there. Simon Palmer will inherit the lead when Kuipers goes for his next drive-through, his only drive-through, I should say, his next trip through the pits. And he can't serve that under the safety car, if I remember correctly. So it was all going so well for Kuipers, and again the shape of the race changes. Now we're into lap 14. We've gone past the halfway point of the race, and we can ignore Kuiper's progress up the grid, but Simon Palmer, remarkable, absolutely remarkable. The Mercedes team are doing something to the cars this week, because it was a Mercedes 1-2 yesterday in F1. So it looks like the car to be in. As Luke says, the softs are a big stretch from here, but then again we might get more safety cars and it might just be a quick stint on them. All the safety cars will of course help the tyre life, but Kuipers is in a difficult position now with that drive-through, and I don't think it's the kind of penalty you might be able to negotiate off with the stewards later. Yeah, Rent says he was going to say it's a bad move by Smoke, but he's going to have to hold off Ivan Beloff on softs behind. Well, yes, the other idea would be to let him go and try and stay with him, stay in his wheel tracks, because it does look like Ivan doesn't have a perfect car out there, maybe. Michael's going to cheer on Nitro as a former teammate, which is good to see. Nitro's having a good one. Not the best qualifying, but is making up places. Made up 5 places already. A very impressive run. As with Joe Hamster, I mean especially Nitro and Joe, because they were caught up in that first lap shunt and had to pit for damage under green flag conditions. So hats off to them. Keza's only made 4 stops so far tonight. And there's just confirmation your penalties. A drive-through for our current on-track leader, Kuipers, and Simon Palmer on old mediums will hold the lead for a while, because he's turned down this current safety car opportunity. There might be another one later. Ren says Smoke doesn't know that, so he doesn't know the tyres that Ivan Beloff is on. Is that what you're saying? So I presume Jeff won't tell him the tyres his rival is on. Come on, Jeff, sort it out. Do you think we're well overdue a change in race engineer on the game, don't you? I think we're all a bit tired of hearing Jeff. Ah, okay, yes, understood. So Rens is talking about the damage on Ivan Beloff's car. Yeah, he was further up the road, wasn't he? So he won't know. Safety car will come in quickly, thankfully, and we will have an 11-lap run to the end. Kuipers will take the restart, but will he, or will he go into the pits immediately? Because if he runs too many green laps without serving the drive-through, he'll get himself disqualified. So he might be able to go for another one. And Darryl, first comment from Darryl. Welcome, Darryl. Says should be a good second half of the race. Yeah, it's not been a bad first half of the race, in all fairness. But yeah, we should be on for something good out of this one. Kuipers might hold the whole field up and go into the pits, in which case they wouldn't be able to overtake him on track until the start-finish line. No, he goes now. He's going to go now. I hope that the grid opens up. And it looks like Smoke with a good run here on those hard tyres. Very unusual to see a hard tyre runner be able to go for a move so early on. Will he be able to hold the car on the exit? I think, yeah, Ivan has got much better run out of the corner. Ivan Beloff is right on the back of the Ferrari of Smoke, and they are going to go in covered by, well, what, less than 3/10 between both drivers. All 3 drivers, I should say, as Ivan Beloff going down towards the inside. Simon Palmer hogs the middle of the road, the perfect line when defending on the way into turn 3, just closing off both options, and there we go. Through we go indeed. 1.6 seconds Kuipers has opened up here, but the drive-through he will almost certainly have to serve right now will send him to the back of the grid unless someone else has a post-safety car accident. And it will be Simon Palmer Smoke, Ivan Beloff, Nitrogas Joe, Office Red Keza. Cool 132 has just got past Eric Pancakes, or is in the process of. Oh no, Eric's had an issue. Eric has crashed and has an issue there. So let's go back towards our leaders and this battle for third place. Smoke just slipping further back here from Simon Palmer on the hard tyres as things start to get back into the right operating window. The hards will be difficult for Smoke to get going. Ivan, I think, will have a good run here. We'll have better traction. Rent saying medium is the optimal, as Simon Palmer has retired. Simon has retired from the session on the way in towards the pit lane, and that is a VSC, just as everything is declared. In comes Kuipers, presumably for his, is he coming in for his drive-through, in which case he's serving it under a VSC. I think that's, no, he's doing a pit stop. He'll get himself disqualified soon because he won't have the opportunity to take that drive-through. But Smoke re-inherits the lead then. Ivan Beloff is behind him, and we have a VSC. This is our fourth caution, is that right? Fourth caution for the race. And Michael's saying Soft's holding an 8-lap maximum run here. Oh, it looks like we might get to talk to Simon. Just check those broadcast audio settings are set to share, Simon, and say hello when you make it to the chat. It'd be great to hear from you. But I wonder what happened.
I'm here.
Hey Simon, what on earth happened there? Were you shaping to the pit lane, or was it just a loss of traction on the way out of the final two corners?
Yeah, no, the traction just wasn't there. The tyres weren't heated up.
Right.
The restart was so slow. And I was all over the place. Obviously, I was getting pressure from smoke from behind.
Yep.
Yeah, the restart just wasn't good, which is a shame because I think there was at least definitely a podium sitting there.
Yeah, I can hear the disappointment in your voice. It is difficult, but you've moved up so many places. Just a real shame. This track likes to take drivers' dreams away.
Yeah, I mean through the castle section I was so quick. I was gaining so much time through there unnoticed. And yeah, it's just
got a battle for the lead. Just give me a second as Ivan Beloff with DRS, soft tyres, takes Smoke. I think Smoke will try and get him back, and behind them Joe Hamster might be challenging Nitrogash as well. Joe Hamster round the outside into turn one, runs wide, just avoids the barrier. Nitro manages to get back on him. Smoke will challenge back against Ivan Beloff here, but I think Ivan's got those soft tyres working well, and Smoke's still waiting for the race to come to him on the hard tyres. I don't think Smoke's going to see a way by. Not quite. Sorry, Simon. Must just cover what's going on the track as well. We've got battles for the whole podium here.
Yeah, and I think I should have been there, to be honest. I think I played the blinder by staying out.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know you had all the neutrals in the audience on your side after the. You didn't know if you were going to race today, but you're bravely carrying on. I did mention, I wonder if the adrenaline was helping at all with the virus that cannot be named.
It was a bit. Excellent. As soon as I've stopped now, I'm
yeah.
I'm done. So
well,
yeah,
we appreciate you trying hard. We appreciate seeing you on track, and especially to come in to say hello. So yeah, really grateful for that. Thanks, Simon, and hard lines, and come back fighting next week.
See you later. Cheers.
Thanks a lot, dude. Thanks a lot. This is fantastic. Hearing from the drivers fresh out of the car. Great stuff. Looks like Joe might be going again. He's got a 6/10 gap to the back of Nitrogash, and Smoke is struggling. Smoke is struggling to hold on to the coattails of Ivan Beloff, but he can afford to be patient here. He's just got that DRS. Here comes Joe down the outside again. Can he get a better turn in than last time? Threads the needle on the exit of the curb there and just takes third place, though he's got that penalty. He did pick up a 3-second penalty. Both of the drive-throughs have now been served for Kuipers and Eric Pancakes, so we're back on level terms with just Joe Hamster's 3-second penalty, currently riding in third place, but he needs to put the gap on Nitro. Keza moving up as well. Keza joining the league just today, so showing well and on course for a potential podium. Burmeister says Simon the legend. Yeah, he's had a good one. And yeah, Rusman confirming his DNF came at 5 mile an hour, and we have another problem. It's another problem. It was Eric Pancake's DNF. Whereabouts? Pit lane entry again? Could it be? Or is it the other side of the road? I'm assuming it's actually the other side of the road. Let's head up to the front. Now this is important because now the window is most definitely open for a change onto fresh soft tyres. Will Ivan Beloff decide to go for the fresh softs and give up track position? In which case, what does Smoke do? He's on the worst tyre, but he could gain track position, and he'd be gambling on what other cars behind him will do. Tell us quickly in the chat, what would you do right now if you were Ivan Beloff? Do you stay out knowing you've got a couple of laps to cool those soft tyres down again? Do you stay out and risk Smoke undercutting you and the whole of the rest of the field pitting? What does Smoke do? He stays out. Ivan Beloff stays out too, and it looks like the medium runners are going to do the same. No, in comes Keza from the medium tyres. What about Cool? He follows Keza, and now we're not sure what Kuipers and Office Red are going to do. We've got 8 drivers remaining in this race with a potential 5-lap, I would say, sprint right at the end, and it will all come down to 5 flying laps. Kuipers avoids the pit lane entry, but Office Red not at all. He's going to come in, get rid of the hard tyres he's only just put on, and put on softs, I imagine. So Ivan will struggle to get these softs safely to the end. Brent says complicated decision for the top 3. Absolutely, and I don't know that anyone would say that they've done the wrong thing or the right thing. It's a bit of a crapshoot really as to what it's going to be. 105 comments already. Brilliant stuff. Really appreciate it. Daryl says stay out and risk it. I think that's certainly the call they've made. Guys, we're only 3 likes away from our record live like count on F2. Help us out if you can, please, especially during this safety car when there's not much going on. Ivan Beloff has the lead on 5-lap-old softs that might do 10 laps, but not many more than that. I'm seeing something really weird in the castle section. Let's just tell me I'm not going crazy, but on the left through the castle is the Armco barrier on the left flashing as if like sparks are coming off it. Look there now. Is that just sunlight glinting off the side? It always looks like someone's just rubbed the Armco and it's sparking from the side of a wheel. Burmeister saying mediums are only 10 to 15% now. Michael says if Ivan was going to pit, Smoke had already won. Yes, although you might have imagined Smoke would come in to get rid of the hard tyres. I guess you forced that decision, Ivan Beloff. The only thing he could do, I guess, is to stay out and try and hold on. He's got the buffer of Smoke behind him, who will have cold, hard tyres to sort out. Red says, yes, those are sparks, so it looks like a glitch. Debris sitting there, maybe, just continuing to spark. So I'm not quite sure what kind of debris that would be. Kuipers is in the pits. Kuipers has pitted off the 3-lap-old softs. Presumably a clean set of softs. Yep, going on. Excellent. So 8 runners for the remaining 5 laps of the race. Burmeister says half of Ivan's laps are safety car laps. Yeah, Bern Mylander will get the laps led bonus today, as he often does around these streets. Got to name some of the corners after him, haven't they, already? Just waiting for the tail of the field, Kuipers, to catch, and then hopefully we will get racing again, and hopefully we won't see that safety car anymore. We need to survive 3 more laps, and then the safety car definitely can't come out with the final 2 to go. So let's hope the guys can do it. There's only 8 of them left, so far fewer drivers to trigger a safety car. Daryl says that Japani had some tyre barriers spinning around continuously the whole race. Yeah. It is very weird sometimes, these glitches. They do make for good shorts videos on YouTube though, I find. Still, what game doesn't have glitches, I suppose? Smoke then in second place will not be grateful for this second safety car, because it will have allowed his hard tyres to cool right down. He did seem to have a good launch on the previous one. Safety car says goodbye, thankfully. And we'll be on our way very soon. As soon as Ivan decides it's time to go. Now, the smart money is to wait pretty long down the start-finish straight so as not to be vulnerable, or at least wait until the guy behind you has braked, and then he can't put the throttle down. Ivan waiting. He hasn't reached the pit lane yet. There he goes. So riding with Smoke, but it looks like we've got some very, very close cars behind as well. I'm not sure Smoke's quite going to make it as we go almost too wide. Smoke will try. Too wide into the turn one goes the third and fourth place drivers. Likewise, Keza Cool and Office Red all together as well. So what has Joe Hamster got? He's got to try and pay off this 3-second penalty with just 4 racing laps to run. No moves, no notable moves. Drivers being a little bit more patient now through the end of this race, and rightly so. Meister says we need a reaction from Kuipers afterwards. Well, he'll have a welcome to the podium if he gets on the podium to the interviews, but it's looking unlikely at the moment, isn't it? Still, never say never. It is a track you can overtake at. He just needs some of these DRS trains to break. But currently, Ivan Belov has an 8/10 gap to Smoke, who has a 6/10 gap to Joe Hamster. Then Nitrogash, Keza, Cool, Office and Kuipers. Just your 8 cars remaining in the race. Don't quite know where to look next. Well, Keza's just hit the wall. It's gone side on into the wall, so hopefully no major damage. He's right behind Nitrogash here. Should get a good slipstream. Oh no, he loses a whole load of aero on the way out of the final chicane and clatters the wall again. So whatever he knocked out of place on the right hand side, he's knocked back into place with the left hand side on successive sectors, but that sucked all the momentum away. Well, we have a move down into the back there from Office Red on Kuipers. Kuipers gets by around the outside of Office and up to P7, so keep doing that, Kuipers, and you'll be away. Keza's picked up a 3-second penalty, so there's 2 lots of 3-second penalties up ahead of Kuipers as Keza comes back on Nitrogash, but not enough into turn 3 to get the job done. It's eyes forward for everybody at this stage. They want these final places, and they know with 2 penalties on the board they will end up gaining places if they can. Smoke is still hanging on to the DRS range of the back of Ivan, and that is critical for the win tonight from Smoke. You do wonder if Ivan can hold on to the end of the race on those old soft tyres. Heading through the castle section, line astern. It's very hard because you can often end up with the exits of the corners unsighted. They go through the final sector, the end of the second sector. Ren says this has been the best game of F1 pinball. Yeah, if wall riding was a thing, it would be very useful for everybody, wouldn't it? Keza, I do think, is struggling out there around these fast corners, really struggling to hold on to the car. I think Cool is going to get a good run. I think we'll get DRS enabled shortly as well. Joe Hamster might have a go on Smoke as he approaches turn 1. He's not quite there. Neither of the cars behind us. Kuipers runs long into the braking zone of turn 1. is trying to go around the outside of Cool 132, who defends to the middle. Kuipers should have a switchback opportunity, but a massive moment there for Keza. Keza, I feel, has either clipped the wall or had a step out of oversteer. Gives a free place to Kuipers, who goes to the inside now of Cool 132, but not quite quick enough to overtake. Kuipers up to P6 from the back after the previous restart. And I think he's still got a podium shot here, the kind of pace he's got at the moment on those new soft tyres. Office Red gets by Keza, who is struggling to hold on to finish this race. And up at the front, Smoke is now catching Ivan Beloff, and Joe Hamster is catching Smoke. It's an absolute grandstander of a finish for us. 2 complete laps to run in this epic F2 race. I haven't seen anything like this for some time. Azerbaijan has a tendency to deliver a good race, but this one couldn't be closer as we finish it off. Now the lead 3 go through the final corner, the final real corner on the track, with less than a second covering all 3 of them. So Smoke should have DRS, has got well within range here. He's 3 tenths, 2 tenths. He's under 2 tenths, got 1/10 of a second. He's going to be a late move around the outside. Ivan Beloff expertly defends on the middle of the road and hands the initiative over to Joe Hamster. Smoke will have to time his move a little bit better than that. And now Ivan Beloff sprints away using the RS, and Joe similarly, all 3 cars to the inside of the track, and they swing back round. No one's going for a late lunge, but could they be any closer going into turn 3? Absolutely incredible. The faith these guys are putting in each other's ability is just remarkable. Kuipers is in P5 with a penalty on Joe Hamster's car in front. Make that P4, but he could still get another one. He could still get nitro. As they come to finish this one off, we could end up with an AlphaTauri 1-3. It's quite conceivable. And Spurmeister says P3 in sight. The cars scream through the castle section at a ridiculous pace given the narrowness of the circuit. But Ivan Beloff is very much struggling now on the soft tyres. Smoke, the race has come to Smoke, and he has come to take the win away from Ivan Beloff, if at all possible. He needs to time his exit much better than before. Let's have a quick look at the telemetry difference. Ivan has got slightly more, but look, Smoke is pressing the ERS on the way through the chicane slightly there, which is what was the undoing of Simon earlier on. Here comes Smoke then. He's tempted to drain the battery. We've got Joe Hamster coming to the outside as well. All 3 cars to the middle of the circuit. Joe with a late dive bomb, will it be? Smoke over, gets his wheel past Ivan on the outside. He'll get a good drive out of the corner here, but not quite enough. Ivan Beloff brakes very early when they both end up in the wall. Oh, just giving enough room. What a brilliant view we've got on the back of Joe Hamster's, from Joe Hamster's view, but Rubbing is racing. Joe Hamster, what are you doing, man? Down the middle. Will he take both of them with that move, going through the middle of them? That's bravery, and Joe Hamster does get at both drivers. Smoke has been clattered, I think, coming through turn 5. He's got Kuipers' attention on the inside. He takes the long way round. They bash into the wall. Kuipers off into Nitrogash, and both of them hit the wall. I don't know if they will get through. Kuipers will be at the back of the grid again with Keza. It all kicked off there, didn't it? And a lot of people, through no fault of their own, ended up in an accident. Tremendous. That has to be move of the season so far. I don't care what division you're in. Joe Hamster through the middle of all 3 of them. Tremendous stuff. As he's now struggling a little bit. This might not all be over for Smoke if people keep hitting walls, but it looks like Ivan Beloff will get. He's got a lot more ERS, as we know, on the back. I'm sure he's going to be able to defend here from Smoke. Joe Hamster has a 3-second penalty. So we will do our best to ignore the fact. I think Ivan Belov wants to do it on the road all the same. He's pressing everything he's got for an ERS, a photo finish, and Ivan Belov wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Incredible drama at the end. Smoke with P2. Joe Hamster currently third. He held on to third, and that was that incredible move into turn 3 by Joe Hamster that enabled him to get away from the rest of the field. He gets a third place out of it. Alfa Romeo with the best team result, 4th and 5th. Nitrogash got the car without a front wing home into P6. Keza got P7 and fastest lap on the last lap. And it looks like Kuipers, who has been at the back, in the middle and at the back again, finishes the race in P8. What an incredible race we had, especially those last 5 laps. Waitsy, first comment, that was disgustingly good. Joe Hamster, absolutely driver of the day, hands down, move of the day, move of the season, I don't care. That was incredible. But Ivan Belov, he had pole position. He hung out long on those old soft tyres, but he got it done. Congratulations to Ivan Belov in the Alpha Tauri. Tremendous stuff. And Smoke there, bringing their car home in second place. Went for a gamble on the hard tyres. It didn't quite pay off in the end, and he was might as well have been in a bumper car. Needs to stick bumpers all the way around the car next time out. There's Ivan Belov's win. Second win, I think, this season, and he gets from pole position. He gets the win, a 51-minute 32-second race time, with Smoke in second for Ferrari. Then Joe Hamster in P3 from 11th on the grid. Office Red P4. Cool 132 in 5th. Nitrogash, Keza and Kuipers all got home in various states of repair, but Keza got that fastest lap with some late soft tyres. Kuipers, what drama for him. Eric Pancakes retired towards the end, as did Simon Palmer, who we heard from. Rusman, Ben Roberts, Tirak, and of course Ginger Tiger.